appeared the entries from a diary. July 18th. Lisa and I took shelter from the storm in the decrepit old hotel in the forest. It seems to become completely deserted, but we bedded down on the floor of the lobby for the night. It was so peaceful here, the noise of the storm seems so far away. July 19th. Exploring the hotel, it seems to have become increasingly clear that the place is not as innocent as it first seemed. We found recent corpses and evidence of terrible deeds in several of the rooms. The storm has cleared. We intend to leave as soon as possible. July 20th. I am certain now that devilry is at work. Every path we take through the forest brings us back to the hotel. We spend the whole day trying routes to no avail. Lisa keeps talking about demons she fancies she saw in the hotel kitchen last night. July 21st. Lisa is dead. She was too late to help her. I saw her murderer just as she did. Perhaps I will be next. I'm beginning to understand. July 23rd. The monstrous figure in black, the one whose body is savagely stretched into a mockery of a form, is not the architecture of this nightmare. Rather, this is the work of the hideous Lord of the Forbidden Lands. God's forgive me. July 25th. I built a shrine to my captor in the lobby as an attempt to appease it. Nothing has changed. I have no more food. The horror started to affect my mind. July 28th. I am certain my mind is settled. My mind is going. I imagine for a moment that the hotel has changed. Had become finely decorated and welcoming as it had been once in the past. I blinked and it returned to its normal, hateful self. Next few pages were splattered with blood, obscuring some of the text. August 1st. What is his something to that disgusting beast? Something he acts alone sometimes at the behest of a higher power. What does he want from me? July 3rd. He is after me now. I think something. It hurts. That was the last video entry. I decided not to take them with me. They're already covered in blood and all stuck together. The lobby too had been tainted, and the painting I saw was absent. Presumably it was only existing in the hotel's normal form. If that was the case, I need to find a way back there. Dispel the hallucination. Was this true? If this truly was all in my mind. At this stage I was beginning to wonder if this was really all Chantavel's doing. It doesn't seem his style somehow. What other evil could possibly be the culprit? Currently, they were rusty, but bugs still. I took them with me. The pliers were ideal for moving the nails. I thought to take the envelope. It was strangely bulky and tore it open. A white pill bottle and a note fell into my hand. Here enclosed the notes with this report. Trilby, if you're reading this, you too have seen the hotel chains. At present, I have no idea if the alternative hotel is part of the ethereal realm or just some construct of pocket dimension. There is some definitive correlation between one's level of aggravation and one's tendency to reality shift creates your enemy and leaves you shining like a beacon for whatever evil brought us to this place. Encloses a bottle of tranquilizers from my personal first aid kit. When you find yourself shifting into the other place, take a pill and try to calm down, and the real hotel will return. Do not let it concern you. I am researching the phenomenon. Your task is to find the foe. Good luck, Agent Lankman. Lankman's letter raised more questions than it answered. I pocketed the pill bottle. Presently, I tipped a tranquilizer into my palm and swallowed it without water. It quickly took effect. I felt my anxiety lift from the pit of my stomach, and my dismal surroundings seemed to feel less imposing. Then I felt the strange sensation again, the lightheadedness and the detachment as the world around me began to quiver. I was frankly astonished that Matthew Defoe's painting had survived the immolation of Defoe Manor. As I stared at it, it seemed the surrounding room began to blur until the painting was all in focus. I fancied I could hear the creaks and whispers of Defoe Manor's hallways. I felt a bizarre urge to reach out and touch the painting. As I stepped closer, I could feel sound becoming muffled, my head spinning as if about to faint. My hand, as if pulled by an invisible string, reached out towards the clumsy brushstrokes. Defoe Manor, July 28, AD 1821. Matthew Defoe is 15 years old today. He is excitedly putting his finishing touches to a painting which his father commented on encouragingly. The first time he's ever been supportive of Matthew's artistic learnings. Matthew is now convinced his father is lifting from the mysterious depression which has plagued him for as long as they can remember. Now, he intends to make the painting perfect before showing it again. Mr. Matthew, Sir Roderick has requested your presence in the trophy room. Thank you, James. And if you'd be so good to inform me that I will be retiring for the night. Very good, James. And there you are, boy. Let me introduce my son, Matthew. Hello. This is my friend, Mr. Smith. He's an expert on African tribal art. Just a scholar, hardly, and just someone with an interest in the subject. He offered to assess the figurine I brought back from my travels. I wasn't aware you had a family, Mr. Roderick. Is your wife home too? Aggressively, Belinda is no longer with us. Oh, I'm sorry. Red eyes, you couldn't have known. She succumbed to illness shortly after Matthew was born. I finished the painting I showed you, Father. Oh, good. Well, Mrs. Smith, what do you think of the piece? It's an intriguing little puzzler, actually. Design is reminiscent of a few Central American tribal gods I'm aware of. But to be honest, I've never seen anything like this before. May I ask how you acquired it? I'm glad you asked. It was 20 years ago. I was a younger man on my first travels in the Dark Continent. We were travelling along the west coast when our bearers spotted a ship that had run aground. It was an English couple named the Sea Angel, and the short exposition revealed that every crewman had just disappeared. Of course, we immediately sent a letter to the nearest embassy to report the finding. But the point is, on the lowest level of the deck on the ship, I found this very figurine you see today. But that's its only tale. How do you account there being an African tribal carving on a... You were confused as you are. It wasn't a slave trading vessel, but I mean... It's been a personal mystery of mine ever since. I was hoping you could shed some light on the matter. But there's more to tell. I haven't even begun to recount the strange events surrounding this artifact. Would you care for a glass of brandy? Thank you. That will be most kind. Matthew, fetch the brandy from the kitchen and some glasses. Yes, Father. Matthew took the brandy bottle and pair of appropriate glasses. Hello. You haven't tried to speak to me in a while. I didn't know of a painting today. I showed it to Father. He said it was promising. I keep trying to tell him about you, but he never listens. You haven't knocked for me in so long I was beginning to wonder. Hey, do you want to see my painting? I'm not sure how I'll get it through the door. I'll push it under the painting under the door. Under your door, okay? How dare you, sir? You intrude on my hospitality and show my judgment. That's Father. Get out of my house, you worm! I better see what's the matter. Father? Oh, it's you. Father, what happened? I heard shouting. That old fool told me some rubbish about my figurine. Said I only came from a tribe that died from slavery a long time ago. Actually, I had another accusing me of buying it from a forger. I'm sorry, Father. What are you apologising for? Where's that damn brandy? Got it right here. Give it to me. I'll go back to my room, Father. Show me your painting. Father, you said you had a painting. Show it to me. I can't, Father. And why not? Because... Come on, out with it. Out with it. Because I gave it to the boy behind the door. Let's see. Father, go back to your room, boy. I have to write my diary entry. Yes, Father. An hour of silence passed and Matthew grew concerned about his father. Strange and the most disturbing thing had been Sir Roger's reaction to Matthew mentioning the boy behind the door. In the past, raising this occasionally provoked a violent rage or instant denial. Matthew wondered what anxiety was going through his father's mind. What was that? Father, what are you doing? Matthew was confused by his own reluctance. He had longed to see what was beyond his door his entire life, and now, given the chance, he was struck with fear. He peered cautiously through and saw a set of rough stones set lining to some kind of basement. I should have done this the moment you came into this world, demon child. May God forgive me for having a part in your creation. Father? What are you doing? Do you see what you have done? I did not want you to see this. Do you see what you have done? Father, no, Father! Father! Boo! Ah! My apologies, boy, but I couldn't resist. You look so lost in the painting, I don't think you even saw me come in. What? What? Is everything okay? Sorry? Oh, yeah, everything's fine, yeah. Just for a moment, I thought I saw... Never mind. So, no, we're talking about you after you ran out the room. She seemed something like... I said something seemed to make you nervous, frankly. I think is that still the case? I'm okay, I really am. Well, if you're sure. I was certain my mind was not playing tricks on me. I'd been bucked down Defoe Manor, looking through the eyes of Matthew Defoe. I had seen the events that created John Defoe. I saw his death at the hands of Sir Roderick. That terrible violent end would bring him back as an awful wraith. But somehow, seeing that event, it was clear to me there was more than the ghost of one youth. There had been something very wrong about the idol, even before it had been used to destroy John Defoe. A name stuck out in my mind, the Sea Angel, the name of the ship which Sir Roderick had found, the figurine. Now I had a lead. Professor, do you know anything about a ship called the Sea Angel? No, it's funny you should mention that name. There's an old wooden chisel among the Defoe Manor artifacts. The words sea chisel are carved into the handle. Where is this chisel? It's on display in the convention hall next to the dinner room. What's all this about, Terry? It's nothing. It's just that little side project my client wants to got me on in. Get it to. Thank you for your help. No problem. Take care of yourself.